The most important relationship that you have isn't with another person, it's with yourself. I know that sounds cliche, but it is true. And here's the beautiful thing. It's never too late to build a better relationship with yourself and to build trust. So let's talk about how to finally start to trust yourself and listen to yourself and believe in your own inner wisdom, especially as an INFP. Hey, I'm Matt Sherman. I'm an INFP. I coach other INFPs. I use hypnosis and many other different methodologies and I make a lot of YouTube videos and courses on self-development, specifically through personality type and specifically for INFPs usually, because most of my audience is also an INFP, one collective INFP. So I know it doesn't feel like this, but most challenging moments in life are actually able to be twisted into positive opportunities, especially as an INFP who has extroverted intuition as their auxiliary function, that NP aspect. This is like the explorer as a part of the fellowship of your mind. It's very excitable. It wants to chase new opportunities all the time, and it also connects the dots. And it says, well, this thing and this thing, how can we put them together to make something new, something exciting, some innovative thing or idea? If you use that energy, that part of yourself, to look at any challenge, you can find a way to make it something that is positive, in a sense. If you take it with, like, I'm going to find a way to learn some lesson from this, to get some XP, experience from this, that will help me become stronger or better, level up in some way. Personally, I think that is a better mindset and perspective to have than this horrible thing happened and I can never recover. In the face of adversity, we can find new opportunities, we can discover new strengths, we can even discover weaknesses that then we can find ways of covering or delegating out or improving. When we do start to recover, then we can take those lessons and apply them to our current and our future lives. I can remember several coaching clients now that were like session 1, crying, mentioning that they did this thing in the past and they've learned not to trust themselves. They've learned that following their intuition or doing things outside of their comfort zone causes problems, that being themselves causes a problem. And I get so many emails about it, like, I can't trust myself. What am I supposed to do? And my canned response, just open it up, is like, well, if you can't trust yourself, who can you trust? If you can't trust your unconscious mind, whose unconscious mind can you trust? Opening up or being more extroverted, explaining how I'm feeling hurts other people, having a relationship with somebody else is going to inevitably lead to pain. So I shouldn't have relationships. I shouldn't be in any of these situations. And I should distance myself from everybody. That's a lesson that I learned. And I didn't feel that I could trust myself to be in a relationship, to express myself, all sorts of things. So it is not just my clients that I'm talking about. It's about me and you. But the thing is, that lesson came from some experience and how we interpreted that experience, the meaning that we attached to it. Innately, there is no meaning attached to any event. But as humans and as INFPs, we attach a lot of meaning and importance to many different events and situations. And I think we tend to do that too much with the past. I remember riding my bike and I was at a stop signal and I had a bag of tickets from the arcade, a couple bags, I think, just hundreds of tickets. And the wind caught them and they just blew out everywhere. And I was out there like picking them up and stuff. Some of the older kids were honking their horns and teasing me and stuff. I could hold on to that and say, well, the meaning of that is that I'm broken, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I'm flawed. Or I could say a thing that happened and, they're actually the ones that are at fault. They're not at fault. They didn't blow the wind, but they're the ones that are the problem. And I'm okay. Like, a thing happened and I dealt with it. Good for me. So in a moment, I'll give you 4 different steps that you can do to build in self-trust. But before that, I do want to talk a little bit more about understanding self-trust and knowing that it's not about like pushing harder or forcing yourself to do something. Imagine you and yourself as different parts, different entities. If you were to be pushing yourself, or you hate yourself, or you want to force yourself to do something, yourself is not going to want to do it. It's not a good way of treating anybody. And if you treat the parts of yourself as real people, you have a better cohesive system, a better relationship intrapersonally. So it's more about coaching yourself, allowing yourself to break free from fear, owning your voice, amplifying your impact, giving the lessons to yourself and all the parts of you that it's going to be okay, that we're going to figure this out, we're going to work through it, and things will be better. Step 1 is to forgive yourself, to appreciate yourself, to applaud yourself. Thank you, self, for being there, for supporting me, even though I did these things and I treated you this way. I'm sorry. Let's make amends. What do you want? What do you need? How can I help you? Literally talk to your parts like that. Do some journaling. Get 2 chairs, dialogue to one, and then go stand up, sit in the other one. It works. It's not crazy. It's how your mind is structured, how your brain is structured. They are hardwired patterns into your brain, ego states that you can interact with, and you do interact with every day. There's a part of you that cooks. There's a part of you that cleans, a part of you that teaches, or a part of you that interacts with your partner or your children, a police officer. These are all different parts. And yourself, if you imagine it as the meta part, or just one of them even, you need to have a good dialogue with them to create better interactions in the future. So that's step 1. And it doesn't have to be really difficult. Just do it. Just start it. Have fun with it. Draw a picture of yourself. Talk to it. Enjoy it. It will work. And then step 2 is to start with small decisions to build trust. So if you are afraid of being in a relationship and you don't think you can trust yourself in the relationship or to have another relationship, just start with talking to people, getting more comfortable, being more outspoken, opening up a little bit. Maybe some bad stuff happened in the past, but that's in the past. So focus on the present. The past is just a recreation of events anyway. It's not an actual thing that happened. You are recreating those memories every time that you remember them. And whatever state that you are in taints or supports or codes those memories. If you're happy and you think about the past, they're going to become happier. If you're sad, depressed, and you think about the past, they're going to become like that too. So it's a thing that you recreate anyway, so you might as well not give so much importance to it. Unless it's a positive thing, then embrace it. Yes, you can be hypocritical in that sense. It's okay. Do what works for your brain to allow you to live a better life now and into the future. So you've reconciled. You've started with some small decisions, small actions to build more trust, to teach that part of yourself that it's okay. You can trust me. I can trust you. Even if there's a mistake, it'll be fine. Take some time to journal about all the things that you've done that were good choices. And then take a break and do it again. And you'll come up with a whole nother list. The more you do that, the more that you will actually take note and take track of all the amazing choices that you have made. Even the ones that maybe didn't seem great at the time were still there to do something positive and beneficial, like protecting you, keeping you safe, maybe keeping somebody else safe. You made the best choices that you could with the knowledge that you had at the time. You can't hate yourself for not having more knowledge. You can only learn from it and say, okay, I'm going to learn more, get more knowledge, and make better choices in the future, which is what journaling is good for. For practice setting and honoring boundaries with yourself. If you tell yourself that you're going to do something and you don't do it, you're creating more chaos and drama. Keep the promises to yourself. That's how you learn to trust yourself. And if you don't do it, you should have a good reason, but also it's time to recalibrate and say, why am I not taking the actions that are important to me? What is so good about being where I'm at right now that I'm not taking the actions that are necessary for me to live the future that I want to live? Every challenge that you've overcome, every lesson that you've learned has prepared you for this moment. And that's a sign that you are stronger, more powerful, more successful than you thought, because you've overcome all that stuff. And once you take that information, that knowledge, that experience, and apply it to your future decisions, you will learn how to trust yourself better. You will start doing it more, and you will live a more fulfilling, purposeful, meaningful life.